Hey everybody, welcome back to M.Cliffordswittsendproductions. My name is Mark Clifford and I am the host of this channel. Welcome and thank you for being here with me. If you find today's video informative, entertaining, or helpful, please smash that like button, share the video, and hit the subscribe button. I'd love to have you on this journey about homelessness and low-income housing and that sort of thing. Today, this is kind of off the cuff. I haven't had a chance to do a video in a couple days, and so I really needed to put something up here for some content. So thank you for joining me on this one. I am going to be giving a heads up on how things are going with my housing. I am here in Dallas, Texas, on a Dallas Housing Authority Section 8 voucher. And it is about the absolute worst program you can be on. It's almost not even worth the paper it's printed on. When I first got my voucher was on September 9th, and you have 90 days to find housing and to go through the series of hoops, which I'll be getting into in just a moment, to get the housing. So I was granted my housing voucher on the 28th, on September 9th, actually. And the last day for the voucher was today, December 8th. My voucher expired today, and my paperwork went in today. Thus, the update on things. Well, it's not even an update because I hadn't given any information, but this is a how things have gone with that. So when I got my voucher, they gave me 8 pages or so of zip codes that I was supposed to rifle through. I'm not from Dallas. I had been here one time for a conference. I knew nothing of Dallas or what parts of town had what zip code. So they hand me 8 pages of zip codes that I'm supposed to go look for an apartment in. So I whittled this down through a series of websites that were designed for, one was section8.com, and one was one called names are escaping me, but I had a series of websites I could refer to. So having referred to these sites, I came up with a group of houses in certain areas. I looked at my zip code list and the amounts that my voucher would cover per each zip code, because in some zip codes the voucher may cover for a studio apartment, say $840, and a one bedroom in that same zip code would be like $950. Or let's say you found a really nice part of town, the voucher would cover $1,200 for a studio apartment and $1,450 for a one bedroom. So it really varied what the voucher would cover compared to the zip code the apartment was in. So I got together my list, started making phone calls, started going and seeing apartments firsthand. Out of all the apartments I looked at, I got 12 consecutive no's, and 5 of those no's were asked me specifically, is your voucher Dallas Housing Authority, to which I said yes. And the answer was, we'll take a voucher, but not that voucher. So having the Dallas Housing Authority voucher means absolutely nothing. It's garbage. Doesn't mean anything. So a friend of mine who is on Rapid Housing, who has a transitional manager, in other words, someone doing all the footwork for him, offering him ideas for housing and apartments, offered him the apartment I'm going to be moving into, which is called the Ambassador. The Ambassador is a sister apartment to their parent, or maybe not even a sister apartment, it is an apartment in a group of apartments, and the main one there is called the Sonoma. So his transitional manager offers looking into the Sonoma. So he said sure, and I figured, well, I've gotten 2 no's in a row out of 12, so I'd had 10 no's, and then I got 2 more, and I figured, well, I might as well just continue to build on getting no's, because I'm getting 0 yeses, and I was so frustrated, I just wanted to walk away from the whole thing. But I figured, well, I'll give it a fair shake, I'll just run it into the ground with getting no's and 0 yeses. And by the way, when I got the voucher, everybody was like, saying, "Oh, everybody takes the housing voucher. No worries, you'll be able to get into housing, no problem." So that really is not bore out in the fact that I got 12 no's and I was going for a 13th when I finally got a yes, and that was at the Sonoma in the Ambassador. So got everything together, went and talked to them, put my deposit down, my administration fee, and my there was another fee, processing fee or whatnot, was locked into the apartment, and they've sat on my paperwork for a month. So my friend, who got also looked at the Sonoma, has been housed, and the reason, once my deposit went in, they did a background check, which I passed with flying colors. I had rental history up until May of this year when I moved here from Omaha. I've got 4 years rental history up to May of this year. That was not good enough. They found that because I have no rental history here in Texas, because I've been here for 7 months, that I had to pay a extra full month of rent before they would process my paperwork. So my deposit had gone in. I was locked into an apartment, and they sat on my paperwork. My friend, who had also his transitional manager, had put in all of his paperwork, did everything for him. He has a felony record. No offense to him. I support people that have gone through their trials and paid their, dues for things. Has a felony offense on his record and has 17 months here at the bridge of no housing. In fact, his last housing establishment was 9 years ago. So I have housing as new as May of this year. His last housing was 9 years ago. And he is already housed. He has his keys, has his paperwork done. He's been housed there for about 3 days now. And here I sit at the bridge waiting, still waiting. So last week, my extra month deposit went in, and they still sat on the paperwork. In fact, actually, DHA, Dallas Housing Authority, sent 2 extra papers that needed to be signed by me, which I signed on Monday. And the apartment manager didn't show up. There was a substitute apartment manager that I'd never met before that let me into the office. I signed the paperwork, and today, the day the voucher expires, the paperwork got sent in. So what's the next step in this process? The next step is it goes from the acceptance portion of Dallas Housing Authority to the scheduling a inspection portion. Well, because we're coming upon the holidays, they may not set an inspection until January. Should they do the inspection, there are several people in line ahead of me from other programs and whatnot. I may not get an inspection until the end of January or sometime in February, which means I may not move out until February or March of next year. My paperwork should have been in a month ago. I should have already had the inspection and should have been done. So here I am at the bridge. What is Mark Clifford going to do about this? Well, this is what Mark Clifford is going to do. I've applied with Lyft to be a driver, and I'm looking into doing voiceover work, and I have my YouTube channel here, which I would hopefully down the road, as things get better, as I improve at the skill and as I make better quality videos, I would like to monetize and hopefully have a following. It would be nice to have a rather large following, especially with homelessness becoming such a large thing. So in the moment, I do not want to be here at the bridge for Christmas, New Year's, whatnot. What I'd like to do is be a Lyft driver and go drive Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, make lots of money, hopefully really great tips. I would like to go rent an extended stay hotel, motel, whatnot. I would like to have a place to do the holidays reasonably, and I would like to get out of here. And so, as you can hear, there's animals in the background that live here. I have to live amongst animals. They're not adults, they're animals. Um, so anyway, I'm hoping that I can rent an extended stay, and at that point I'll probably just treat the Ambassador as a very expensive storage unit. I'll take all my box stuff there. I'll probably set up my voiceover studio there. I don't know that I really want to make a home out of it, mostly because it's already just not a home. So with that, that is kind of where things are at as far as my getting housing and my being free of the bridge. So anyhow, for those of you coming into homelessness and wanting to be rehoused or getting housing, it is going quite rapidly for other people. But if you get on a Section 8 voucher, don't count on it being a rapid housing. It really is not. It's everything but. If you get into rapid housing, yes, you can. Just make sure that you don't jump on the first thing that's offered to you. My advice to you is please, please, please take your time and get as much time as you can to research or look at online the apartments that they're proposing to house you in. Because you could, my friend Amos, he just got housing. He'll be coming up in a couple of videos. I'll be having him on as a guest. He just got housed or is ready to get housed in a rapid housing program. The first 5 houses or apartments that they put out there, they wanted him to on the spot pick one. All 5 of them are very, very ghetto for various reasons. He actually asked them if the Ambassador was an apartment that they would be willing to work with. They looked into it and they said yes. So his housing will have him housed in 21 days. Once again, that's way ahead of my being housed. I've been waiting for over a month. So I am glad for him. I'm happy for him. If you get into a housing situation and it's a rapid housing situation, hopefully you can get a good place like the Ambassador, the Sonoma, someplace like that, as opposed to being in a situation where you are just housed in some ghetto nightmare someplace. So take your time, don't feel rushed. You tell them you want to take your time and look into what they're offering or come up with something better. That's my suggestion. That's all I got for you today. Thanks a lot. I hope you have a great day. Ciao.